Is the earth flat? Why do some people believe this? Is it another crazy conspiracy theory or is it true? Let's take a deep dive into the flat earth theory. What is flat earth? There's an old theory that's been renewed about the earth being flat. Is this true? I believe it to be true, but I prefer to call it a domed earth. What do you think? Do you believe the earth is flat or a globe? Please let me know. I am presenting this to hopefully pique your interest and to do your own research. Keep watching because there's a surprise about an astronaut crew people need to know. This is what we've been misled to believe what the earth looks like. What if the globe earth is a lie? I get it. People shouldn't believe everything we see online. However, should we believe everything the media says? Don't they have websites too? What, the media don't tell lies? What about the vaccines? What about the 2000 election? Votes went missing. The media was involved in the cover-up. The media is controlled by the Antichrist movement. They may at times present something as true, but have lies mixed in. This includes flat earth. Why do they lie about the earth? They do this to mock God and His word. If people were to believe the earth was a dome more like a snow globe, as mentioned in the Bible, there would be more potential Christians, and Satan cannot have that. Remember, Satan is the father of lies. John 8:44, ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. I believe the Medea is named after Medea, the Greek goddess or demon of illusion. In Greek mythology, Medea was certainly a witch, if nothing else. Witchcraft is connected to the devil, the father of lies. We've been lied to for centuries at least, with television, for decades since they created it. Our minds have been manipulated so long with lies that when anyone comes along with the truth, we think that person is crazy. The Bible does speak about a flat earth long before the globe lie. Ephesians 4 verses 8 through 10. 8 Wherefore he saith, when he ascended up on high, he led captivity captive, and gave gifts unto men. 9 Now that he ascended, what is it but that he also descended first into the lower parts of the earth? 10 He that descended is the same also that as ended up far above all heavens, that he might fill all things. Before Jesus died on the cross, all people went to Hades or Sheol. It was divided, one side like heaven, Abraham's bosom, the other side like hell. There were a few exceptions: babies, children, anyone whom God deemed not accountable for their actions. They died and went straight to heaven. Jesus still does that today. Enoch and Elijah went to heaven without dying. After Jesus resurrected, he went beneath the earth and gathered his followers and took them to heaven. If the earth was a globe, then the Bible would have mentioned Jesus went to the center of the earth. Instead it says he went beneath it. Psalm 139 verse 15. My substance was not hid from thee when I was made in secret, and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Isaiah 40 verse 22. It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers. That stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. In Isaiah 40 verse 22, the word circle doesn't apply to a globe earth, but a domed earth if you remove the firmament on the top of the dome. Keep in mind, a plate is circular yet flat. The base of a snow globe supports my point. Where do you think the concept of a snow globe and a dome stadium comes from? Truth hiding in plain sight. Genesis 1 verses 1, 6 through 10, and 14 through 17. 1 In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. 6 And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. 7 And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. 8 And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. 9 And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear, and it was so. 10 And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas, and God saw that it was good. 14 And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. 15 And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. 16 And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. 17 And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. To sum this up, God created the earth and the firmament expanse in Genesis 1. Jesus Christ created the earth, all plant and animal life, and mankind. Before he created the earth, Jesus created the angels. Prior to him creating us, he created the earth. Above the earth, Jesus created the firmament expanse which is above the earth. The expanse covers the domed earth. The word heaven in Genesis 1 is not the heaven where God dwells, but is the sky or the atmosphere. Paul wrote in 2 Corinthians 12 verse 2 about going to the third heaven. In Genesis 1 verses 14 through 17, Jesus created the sun, moon, and stars which are in the dome. The phrase "let there be lights in the firmament" is a reference to this fact. These lights are to divide the day and night, for seasons, days, and years. The firmament divides the waters above the firmament from the waters under the firmament. The waters under the firmament expanse are the oceans, rivers, lakes, etc. The firmament is clear as crystal, so it's very difficult to see with the naked eye. Ezekiel 1 verse 22 And the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was as the color of the terrible crystal, stretched forth over their heads above. The waters that are above the firmament flows from God's throne in the third heaven. It's a river clear as crystal like the firmament. Revelation 22 verse 1 And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of God and of the Lamb. The Antichrist movement owns Hollywood, the media, NASA, etc. It shouldn't be a surprise that they program us to believe the lie about a globe model. There are people right now who can't explain why they believe the Earth to be a globe. However, most can't explain where the concept of a snow globe or dome stadium came from, let alone why the United Nations logo is patterned after a flat Earth. Psalm 104 verse 5, Who laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be removed forever. Just a reminder that the earth is not a spinning globe but on a foundation created by the Most High. There are plenty of verses that supported domed earth. By the way, NASA in Hebrew allegedly means to deceive, and Satan is the father of lies. NASA is a multi-billion-dollar lie owned by the Illuminati. Telescopes, satellite feeds of space, other planets, the moon landing, etc., are all one big stage production by the Illuminati. Note, the astronauts who died in the Challenger explosion are allegedly still alive. Research it. Satan has taught his CIA techniques using TV programming to program our minds. Ephesians 2 verse 2 call Satan the prince of the power of the air. Why are there people walking around with the same identities of the Challenger crew? Why does the United Nations use a flat earth as their logo? Why does Hollywood love to make space movies? Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and watch the next video. Stay bold in Christ, be vigilant, have a blessed day.